Hello, hello, hello. It is now 2022, and we have a new camera. We have new stuff happening, and I just got back from seeing the show Reflex by Gilligan in New York City. I figured I would talk about that for a little bit. Reflex, if you didn't know, is a show that Gilligan has been making, and it is going January 28th through February 19th. Let's look at a little bit about what it says. Based on a series of stories about gravity and stunning juggling sequences featuring Jay's unique inventions, props, and robots, Reflex is a one-of-kind theatrical experience. Discover the secrets of a timeless craft, be mesmerized by visual music, and moved by the artistry of object manipulation. This astonishing international creative collaboration is made for 4 weeks only from January 28th to February 19th at the Theater Space Me Too 580 in Brooklyn, New York. The final week of performances will also be available for online live streaming. So it is an online live stream. It is live. You're going to be seeing a show live along with everyone else in the audience. I drove a total of maybe 4.5 hours to go see this show, and I feel like there's not a lot of shows that, or people who make shows that I would go and do that for. The show is really special. It's also not what you expect it to be. If you're going into it thinking you're just going to see a bunch of really cool juggling, you are sort of correct. You're also going to hear some really interesting stories from Jay's life, and also just a lot of informative, interesting information that you might not know. You probably won't know, to be honest. If you've seen podcasts and TED Talks with Jay Gilligan, then you know he has some interesting stories. There's so many stories in this that have never been on the internet, or it seems like they've never been on the internet. I've been checking out stories and stuff from Jay for a long time. It's really a storytelling show, a good chunk of it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the juggling itself is catastrophically unique and chaotic and interesting. I feel like that's the best way I could put Reflex, is catastrophically unique. It is a talking show, but it is also a juggling show. The beginning feels like a show that uses juggling as a tool, and then it evolves into a show where it's all about the juggling. And you will learn things, it'll make you think about things in a different way that you've never thought of things before. Of course, you're going to see really cool juggling. There's a lot of cool stuff in this show that I hadn't seen before. I do watch a lot of Jay's stuff. I feel like I've seen it all. You'll see some stuff from earlier on in his career. It's almost like a Jay Gilligan highlight reel. In some essence, it's a Jay Gilligan highlight reel, which is cool. I think that's really cool. The theater is really, really unique. It's very intimate. If you go to see this show, be ready to be a part of the show. Not like in terms of like he's going to come and grab you out of the audience, but it's very intimate. You will feel like he's talking directly to you, or he's juggling and he's performing directly to you, which is really, really special. And you couldn't get this in like a bigger theater. And another thing is, if you're thinking about driving but you're intimidated about parking because it's Brooklyn, New York, and if you don't go around New York very often, then like that might sound really intimidating parking wise. It's actually really easy. We got there like 30 minutes before, and we parked like on the street 2 blocks away, and it was super, super easy. If that's a concern for you, don't worry about it. You're not going into any you're not in inner city, if that makes sense. If you're not used to big cities, then it'll be kind of intimidating, I'm sure, but it's really not. I'd love to talk about some of the stuff, but I don't want to spoil anything. There is a trick in there that I thought was the most incredible thing I've ever seen, but I can't talk about it because I feel like you should go see it. And you can also go see it. There's an online link, so you can buy an online ticket to go see it as well. If you're not in town, which you should go see it in person if you can, But if you're not, you can always get this online ticket and see it like a digital online version live stream. I believe it's a live stream. If you care about juggling in any capacity, then you owe it to yourself to go check out this little masterpiece of juggling storytelling. I've seen Gilligan perform a handful of times, maybe like 6 times. This is definitely the best thing he's ever made, in my opinion. You can tell that a lot of effort went into this. The lighting design was top notch. The music was great. Shout out to everyone who was a part of that. And also just, there's so many cool things to look at. If you're bored of the show, which you're not going to be, or if you're like ADHD, like there's so much stuff you can just it's like eye candy everywhere. I would highly recommend buy a virtual ticket for this. It will be well worth it. I'm glad I got to see it live. I'm still thinking about the entirety of the show as a whole, but yes, you should go see this show. I have a lot of plans for 2022. I have discography dives and all that, so feel free to stick around and make sure you see all of that. But in the meantime, go check out Reflex. It's a great piece of juggling. I'll see you all next time. Zach, signing out.